In this video, we will learn about data types in Java. We will learn how to declare a variable and how to initialize a variable using different data types. So here you have a figure which will demonstrate that which all kind of data types are there in Java. It has primitive and non-primitive data types. So first of all, we will study about all this primitive. Primitive can be also called as the fundamental data types. Now here you can see that this is this primitive data type. This is divided into two parts, numeric and non-numeric. In numeric you have integer, float. Non-numeric you have characters, boolean. Then all this non-primitive we will study later on. So, and here you have a brief definition of what a variable is. A variable is a name given to a memory location. And you can go through this definition which is given over here. Now here we have a syntax for declaring variable. So how do we declare a variable? This is done like this. We first write down the data type over here and the variable name. So here you can see this int, char, float, all these are the data types, and this rol, grade, percentage, these are the variable name. So variable name, that depends upon the user, whatever he wants can put any variable name. Now why do we use these variables in our program? We use these variables to store any value over there. And here you can see that this is a name given to a memory location. So if you want to use any values in your program, so you need variable there. Now here we have a description of all the types of data type which are used in Java. So here we have all these data types: boolean, char, byte, short, int, long, float, double. So here we will go through them one by one. This boolean, this stores values like true and false. Then char, this will store character kind of data type. Then byte, this will convert the data into bytes, and this will store data in bytes form. Then here we have short. This is used whenever you are storing any integer kind of data type, but this kind of data type, this occupies less space in memory. So here you can see that this is 2 times smaller than an integer. So whenever you want to save your memory in that, you can use this short data type. Then we have int. This is used to store integer values. Long, float. Then long, this is used to store integer values whose range of values is more. Here you can see the range of values over here. This is for integer and this is for long. Then float, this is float and double, these are used to store decimal values. So now today we are going to learn some programs. We will learn how to write down some programs using this data types. So here we have our BlueJ. So we will start writing. uh, to write down the code, we will create a new class over here. Suppose I click over your new class. Then here you have to provide a class name. So today we are going to create some programs related to variables. So I'm going to create a class variables. Now this is totally upon you. Whatever name you want, you can give over here. And this class type should be over here by default. It is class, but if it is not class, you have to select class. Click OK. Now over here you open editor, right click and open editor. So we have this editor for variable class opened over here. So we will try, I will delete all this because we have to learn coding, but here you have a format and you can use this in your program, but now I'm going to delete this. Now the first thing is we'll write down a statement. We will write down a comment over here. So whatever you want, you can put a comment over here. Program to use variables. This is up to you, totally up to you. Whatever comment you want, you can give to your program. Now this is to just for a program to understand that what you are going to do in your program. Then the next thing which we'll write down is public class. Now here you have to write down the class name, so you can write the class which you have, the name which you have given to the class just now, or you can give any other name also, it's up to you. So suppose I give the name as public class variable. Now then public static void main, and here string args. Here we have to open bracket. Now we will learn the first thing when we will use variable. The first thing will be to declare the variable. So whatever variables you will write down, declaring variables means you have to write the name of the variables as well as the data type. So for instance, suppose if I take integer data variables, and then so first I will write down int and then the variable name. Suppose I'm taking three variables. Here I'm changing the comment. I'm putting over here program to add three numbers. So I have taken three variables over here to store three values. One more I will have to take to calculate the sum. So int abc comma sum. Next thing, now initially we will learn how to uh, initialize values of the variable. Then we will learn how to take values from the user during runtime. So first initially we will learn how to declare, and so this is the declaration part which we have done just now. Now we will learn how to initialize. Initialize means to put any values to the variables. For instance, suppose I put a value of 10 to a, b I give suppose 67, and C I give 56. So these are the values. Now in this program we are going to find out the sum of the three numbers. So the formula we will write down sum equal to A plus B plus C. This is how we will write down. Now one very important thing in programming in Java is that now whenever you are going to assign any value to the variable, then that variable name should be written in the left hand side. Like I have written sum equals to a plus b plus c. We cannot write down a plus b plus c equal to sum. This will be wrong if you write down in Java. So always try, or you should always write down the variable in which we are putting any value, we are assigning any value, in which we are doing any calculation. That should be written in the left hand side, and in the right hand side you have to provide the whatever formula you are applying or whatever calculation you are doing. So this is the correct method. Then we have calculated the sum. The next thing is to print the sum. So we will write down system. Here remember that S will be capital over here. System dot out dot println. We have to find out, we have to display the sum. So we can write down over here sum of three variables is. Now here in the inside this inverted comma, whatever you write down, that will be printed as statement. So this also totally depends upon you what you want to print. Like here you can also write down sum is, or you can write down sum of a b c is. So this is totally dependent upon the programmer. Then here we write down the plus sign to print the value of the variable. So when you write down plus over here, plus sum, so this statement here you have to keep a notice over here that inside this inverted comma you are just writing the statement which you want to print on the screen. Then we write down plus. plus this is going to print the value of the whatever you are getting from this calculation. So plus sum, this will print the value. Here you can see that this is not kept under inverted comma. This is just we write down the variable name. So if I put down over here inverted comma, so this is going to print sum in our output. This will not print the value. So we need value. So for that we just write down plus and then sum, and then here we have to provide a semicolon. And then we have to close the bracket. So this is our program to find sum of three variables. The next step is to compile the program. Here one error is there. Here we have to put a semicolon. So one semicolon was missing. So compile. Now here you can see that class compiled and no syntax error. So now to see the output, we will close this and right click over here, go to void main string args, then click on OK. Here you can see the sum of three variables is 133. Here you can see that the value of sum is displayed over here. Now if I write down, I will show you this. If here I write down inverted comma, you can see what will be the difference. No error, you can see error is not there, but you will not get the desired output. Why? Because this is going to display the sum of three variables is sum. So this is not displaying the value. Why? Because we have put a inverted comma over there. So to get the values, we have to write just the variable name. So this is the difference between if you put anything inside inverted comma or without inverted comma. So you can now make out what will be the difference. Next we will write down a program using a character value. So I'm going to print class and section using character value. So here I'm going to change program to add, or here program to display class and section. This we can leave. Here we have to change int class, and we are going to display character section. Now here we can't take class because class is a keyword, so we just write down CLAS. That's why you can see that it was highlighted. So you can see this once again. If I write down in class, this will not be recognized by when we will compile, then some error will be generated. So we can't use this keyword. So keywords can't be used when we declare any variable. So we make it as CLAS. This is to represent class, or you can take any other variable also. And one more variable I'm taking for storing section. So suppose if I have taken SEC, now we will initialize the values to the variable. Suppose class is 9 and variable section is suppose A. So here you can see that how we write down whenever you are initializing a character value. This section is a character value, so this is done under single inverted comma. So this is the way how we initialize value of any character. Next we will display. So here I'm going to change the statement. I study in class. Here I have to change the variable name, that will be class. One more I will write down system dot out dot println. My section is section. So now we are going to display the class and section. So here we are using a character data type also and integer data type. So again we will compile. Here you can see no syntax error. Close it. Now run this program. Here you can see I study in class 9. My section is A. So this is how we can print, or we can use character values also in our program. Now we will learn one more program to use float values. So now we will write down a program which will use float variables. So we are going to create a new class. Now I'm going to take a new class. Suppose this program will be to find out simple interest. So I'm putting my class name as SI. Click OK. Open editor. Here you have the format. You can remove from here. Here we write down the comment program to calculate simple interest. Then here public class, we can use the name which we have provided. So public class SI. Then public static void main. Here you have to write down string args. Next step is to declare the variables. So we will declare the variables. Float, we are going to take decimal values in our variable. So float P principal, P for principal, R for rate, T for time, and one more will take one more variable, that is to calculate the simple interest. So suppose I take it as simple. Then the next step is to assign values to these variables. So P equals to, suppose I write down 1000, suppose it's 1000. Here along with this float variables we have to take a symbol, that is F, to indicate that this is a float variable. Principal, then rate, suppose the rate is 2.5%, so I write down 2.5, again F, to indicate that this is a float value. Then time, suppose the time is 3.5. Now we will put the formula to calculate the simple interest. So this is our variable where we will store the calculated value. So simple equals to P into R into T divided by 100. So this is the method how we write down formula for multiplication and division in computers. So this is the method we write down. Next we will print. So system dot out dot println, we have to display. So simple interest is whatever you want, you can display over here, plus this variable simple is having storing the value of simple interest whatever we will calculate. Then close the brackets. Next compile the program. Here you can see that class compiled, no syntax error. So close it, and then to see the output go to void main, click OK, and here you can see the output. Simple interest is 87.5. So this is how we will declare and initialize values in our program. In next video we will learn how to take input from users.